Hey everybody, I'm back in my shop, ready to work on the cutting board. I've been putting it off, dreading the issue of having so many moving pieces with glue when glue will be applied, and the gaps might open up here and the alignment issues. So I think I've definitely decided on dowels, at least two per piece joining to another piece. So I'm going to use my square, lay out all of those from the top, and then I'll probably make a little block with a hole in it that'll serve as a jig for the height always being exactly the same. I'll take a square and trace down the line and use that block to always get it at the same height. So I'm going to lay these out, and then I'll come back and show what that looks like. Okay, so I have 25 pieces. I labeled them all, and the label serves as twofold. It tells me the order in which I'm going to be gluing up, and then it also tells me when I take this apart for drilling each of these dowels, I'll know that the top with the number on it is for alignment purposes with the jig, always to put the top facing upwards. Anyway, it's actually really a lot of dowels, and if I had some kind of frame clamping jig or something like that, I think I would have gone with the option of cutting this square and that square and just squeezing it all together. I don't really have the means to cut this super square, in which case those gaps will probably still open up, and I still would have issues with getting this completely flat and not having tons of undulations and having them slide around. So I'm going with the labor-intensive method of drilling each one of these, so it's going to be kind of a hassle. And I guess I could have always just glued this up without any kind of alignment, but it would have been a lot of work, and I don't know, it's too stressful. I wouldn't want to risk all of these good work pieces like that. So this is what I'm gonna go with. So I'll drill these out, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so what I found out is that my jig here, I don't know, Dowel Max or something like that, or anyway, this jig, I was just assuming that it couldn't handle stock that was over 2 inches thick. And it's actually like probably the max possible setting you can have, because the screw is even inside there. So I won't be tightening it down very hard, but I think I will go with this jig. But I did make the simple block with well, I took a bushing from the Dowel Max, but you could always just use a hole, but I was worried that the hole might eventually wear away and then not guide properly, and I put the line that you would line up with one of these here, with one of these, and then just clamp it and leave it in the orientation that it is, so that this is pretty much centered. It's like 2 1/8. I don't know if that's picking it up, but it's about 2 inches and 1/8 thick. So that's why I was surprised that this jig could fit that kind of piece in there, but as you can see, it's like really just and it and the screw just manages to tighten down. So I'm gonna go with that. So I drilled all the holes and I cut some dowels, and it took a long time. This is probably not the method of choice for assembling a cutting board, but since I didn't want to compromise on my width, I didn't want to cut, tongue and groove so that it could register that way. I really wanted the width that I have, and I didn't have any other spare lumber. Okay, so here it is after the dry fit, and I'm pretty happy with it. There's some shadow lines here because the centering jig, it really centers all of these. But the one area that opened up was right here. So I'll try and sand the dowels, both sides, I mean the side that I want it to come, and that should solve that problem. And then I'll just mark on this piece over here that I want to squeeze it in during the glue up. But otherwise, I'm very, very pleased with the alignment, and during the dry fit, I noticed that it's very easy to just stack them vertically and then throw the clamps on vertically, and then you're good to go. So overall, I'm very pleased with how it all goes together.